Who's coming with me to go make a pizza? So, when I like to talk about pizzas and make pizzas, it's before a good sleep stream, I really like to make sure I nail all my specifics that I gotta do, right? So, we're gonna get into it here. Buddy never called me, and I can only imagine why. He's made a mistake with the numbers and he feels stupid about it or something, and I'm the type of guy I don't like to be. I want it one number and I want it to be the right number. And then if you don't give me the right number, if you're doing an estimate, it's not really that good for you. You probably never get the job for me. This dude is okay. It's only suspicious if you're bad at math and the numbers only work in your favor consistently, then you're no longer bad at math. You know what I mean? If you're bad at math, but you also kind of almost want to screw yourself over, but because you think you got a decent price, but you actually don't, and I see that you don't have a decent price, I'll probably make sure I let you go with, like, your negotiating skills will be allowed to kick in, and I'll work with you on a better price. That's because I'm a good man, right? That doesn't happen that often. To be honest, the last two people that came through my house, both of them, they did that, and then I was just like, just kind of pick your own damn price because it's affordable, and that's how it goes. But in the real world, no one gets away with that because there's very few people that are good men and women who are doing, well, that are contractors who are, a price is a price. Like, I'll give you an example of outrageous prices. $510 million is what the lawyers for the indigenous people, they fought for the indigenous people to get compensation. The lawyers want $510 million for their work. Now, I'm not saying their work isn't worth money, but if there isn't 510 lawyers and they didn't work for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years each to get the million, whatever it is, 1.1 million, 1.5, some number, right? A number. So they make 200,000 a year, 150,000 a year. But I want to see the breakdown, right? So one thing you always ask for is how does this break down? Break down all of the $90,000 so that I can see where you're skimming and where you've mélangé, where you've mixed up the numbers, and also where you've inflated, the best word is where you've inflated the numbers, right? So we've got a grater here. It's ready to go. Watched it yesterday morning or something like that. She's ready to go. Same thing, we washed our pizza pan yesterday morning. She's ready to go. So I'm sitting here. I got the world's best dough. I ain't fucking around. I got some pretty decent ches there. I got wicked sauce. We're going to check that sauce for mold because, as you know, with sauces that are actually real, they do not last 62 days in your fridge. Let's check this Classico fire roasted tomato pizza sauce, which is amazing. Hey, Elijah Miyahira. How are you, my brother? Hey, bro. What's good, bro? I didn't even see you pop in. It also says there's 0 people in the chat. I don't understand how that works. How are you typing to me, but there is 0 here, It just, the level of hindrance that I see here is just so big. Like, I'll have 3 different people typing to me in the box, and it says 0, I'll end a video. I won't have any comments on a video. I'll run for whatever it is, 10, 9, 14 minutes. It'll say 62 comments at the end of the thing. I'm like, fuck, not one of those comments showed up. So, and I don't know if you know this, but that's how they limit your ability to have interactions, is by deleting the comments that people are putting in your chat. I don't know the legality of this, and I don't actually know. Well, one thing I can't figure out is how it says there's comments after video airs, but nothing shows up. There's definitely no police on YouTube, because if there was police on YouTube, they would have to govern this site for the people, right? They wouldn't be policing, they wouldn't be going after the people. They'd be governing the actual body that's, well, like I'm telling you, there's mistakes being made and it's costing me my livelihood, right? So think about the consequences for them in the future. Really harsh. Let's just quickly for a second put the shoe on the other foot. Let's take all of Google's money. Let's leave Google without money for 6 to 8 months straight. Not a dime they can earn, right? Let's see what the next steps Google takes in the world, right? Like I've always said, there's not a lot of good people in this world. And the proof is in the state of this world. If good people were running this world, it would be much better, right? Like these are stupid, simple statements, but it proves that my first statement is fucking true, that there are very, very few good people in this world. And as I was telling the bot, and I made the bot realize, and I had the bot agree with me, that neutrality equals not deception, it's evil, right? So when you remain neutral, that's why I always take a stance of, I used to say chaotic neutral. And so I start with chaotic, right? So, and that word alone means disruptor, right? So disruptor of what, right? Even saying that is kind of, but you have to understand that at this point, the world is so far gone that the TV show Star Wars, you wonder why the Jedis were so few and far between. Seriously. The ones that don't fall into the way this world works, right? Oh, Eli, what's going on? Dude, I still can't see you, bro. That is so fucked. Now all of a sudden it says you're in the chat. Just now only. It is now recognizing that you were in the chat. But it was reading it. I was able to read your chat messages, but the chat wasn't saying you were there. You know what I mean? Eli, are you there? Did you hear about Jamaica, Eli? So they did you dirty and then they rolled over to Jamaica and now they're doing Jamaica dirty, buddy. And of course, obviously, as you know, I take this stuff extremely seriously. And yeah, it's quite apparent. Operation Cirrus, or just Google Project Cirrus or something like that. And then also weather modification since 1930. And I mean, it's all right there. This stuff, the way this works, you know, they got NASA, no. I misspoke there, sorry. Wrong, I didn't even mean that. I think NASA's the largest spy agency in the world now. Can anyone verify this? Does anyone have, I can't even ask it because it's, I'm on the phone that I would need to ask it. It's 333. Is NASA now the largest spy agency in the world, Google? Oh my God, it just said it's not primarily a spy agency. NASA just revealed it's now shifting gears from launching spaceships, and it is now launching satellites to spy on people. Is this true? Reports that NASA has shifted its mission to launch spy satellites on people. Oh no. The order reclassified NASA for labor relations purposes. Okay, so in September 2025, an executive order was signed that reclassified several agencies, including NASA, as having a primary function of intelligence, counterintelligence, or national security. This reclassification was an administrative maneuver to strip union protections from certain federal employees and was immediately challenged by lawsuits and protests. So this thing up here, you actually have to see this to believe this, so because it's bad. Like, this is bad. The AI is not true, but clearly it's right here, and it is happening. Oh, for God's sakes, I've now lost it. Nope, here it is. Here it is. And let's do that. Report this, NASA shifted, right here. Read that. Pause it if you have to. It literally says, reports that NASA has shifted its mission launch to spy satellites on people are false. The order reclassified NASA for labor relations purposes, not to change its core function of science and exploration. I beg to differ. The purpose of the executive order in September, 2025, an executive order was signed that reclassified several agencies, including all of NASA, as having primary function. So all that its main objective now is intelligence, counterintelligence, national security. How in the world is NASA how many satellites does NASA have up above North America right now? There's going to be thousands. Thousands. NASA operates many satellites in different orbits, so there is no single number of how many are up above. Has NASA launched over 10,000 satellites in the last 22 years? No, NASA has not launched 10,000 satellites in the last 22 years. The achievement belongs to the private aerospace company SpaceX, which launched its 10,000th Starlink satellite in October 2025. So Elon Musk has 10,000 satellites. So they don't launch them anymore because they're not good at it. But Elon Musk is, and he's launching them for NASA. I guess you have to, when you know, you know. But the whole thing is the same entity. If you were to, they call it piggybacking off each other. Jesus H. Christ. Don't do that, hun. Sitting here talking about NASA. She whips a salad around the side of the wall like thing from Wednesday. Like, I can't tell what the hell's going on. I'm making a pizza here. State-of-the-art fucking pizza, bud. Anyway, I forget what I was talking about. She scared the living shit out of me with a Red Bull and a bunch of fucking Greek salad. Tasty, sexy Greek salad she whipped up for me. Alright. So some other stuff I'm going to talk about is going to be farts. We're definitely going to have a good talk about farts today. Maybe on the next episode. I can't guarantee when. But farts are on the panel. If anybody would like to come up on panel and wear a Bose noise cancelling headset and let me know what they think. I want to have like an up close reaction when somebody, like, you look at their face when they hear the fart in 4K audio HD. You know what I mean saying? Like in high definition, Sony speaker systems coming at you. You got some in 4K action. I don't have any clue about audio anymore. I'm not feeling that good, so we're just talking about different things. Pizza's in the pan. We're going to do this right now. We've got the sauce here. We got a couple of ingredients are going down on the pizza. We're going to put this on it and this one. I think that's it, but then we're just going to go with a hair of this one and a dash of this one. Next thing you want to do is get your... Yeah, you be quiet. No, don't do that again. There'll be blood. Alright. So, yeah, I got over 30,000 videos on YouTube and I can't pull 10 people in my chat on a video today. I mean, I had it earlier, but I don't know how many. 22, 14, 72. It wasn't over 70 today. I haven't pulled over 185 since last week or a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. which is fucking pathetic. How come I can't get 200 people in my chat at the same fucking time? Fuck you, YouTube. Fucking goofs. So that happened. There's goofs on here that work for fucking black ops projects to keep fucking political rings fucking at the top so they can control your minds. And I don't like that kind. They're great at creating rumors and stuff. They're not great at it. They're just toothless weasels that get paid somehow. Probably just in black ops slush funds, you know what I mean? $14 super chat will get anybody defamed on YouTube with these fat rednecks who live in New York City. Fuck. There's a bunch of trolls from New York City on here, and they just go after any YouTube channel that is, you know, good, helping other people. They just start condemning them. They make up lies about them. It's just fucking weird what I've figured out and uncovered. And I know for a fact that these tubby shits are in with local law enforcement. Sending out drugs through the fucking post on YouTube is heavy in New York right now. And YouTube's never done a thing about it. So blatant and in your face drug selling, fucking dealing. And I mean, you can't make this up, guys. The level of disrespect to the populace by Google and YouTube to not protect you from people who are poisoning the drugs, right? So what you don't understand is those, like, whatever you're getting from a fucking fat goof sits around all day on a stool isn't even what you want. You understand what I'm saying, right? Like, for 6 years, that guy doled out 10 pounds each year of moldy pot from Michigan that nobody would buy, that he got shipped in a cardboard box to fucking New York. And then he goes and actually sells some to a Canadian. Like, so we had fucking weed going from New York to Ontario. Fucking off the YouTubes. Like, this is how fucked up YouTube is. But they allowed it. Like, there's only one way to look at this, and that's that this shit is designed to let you make mistakes, let you be arrested, right? They don't stop it before it happens. They get you after. They let it go down for 2 years so they sink you enough that you're their little pet project when you go to a cage, right? You got to eat what they give you. You know what I mean? This shit's for real. I know exactly how these fucks are and what they're up to. Like, my friends are scientists. And I can't really tell you too much, but my friends have worked in jails for decades. My friends are good people who have been in politics that definitely don't like where the world is going, right? But when you have corporations that control the media, and it's the narrative, right? There's a narrative in each city. So a great way to put this is the people of Jamaica. They tried to cause civil unrest in Jamaica a day or two before everything went down, right? All the Jamaicans are like, why the fuck are there so many media agencies here? Like, how did the fucking media agencies get the word that the storm was coming in when for 2 or 3 weeks straight that storm sat in the Caribbean Sea, right? But they knew that thing was on the move, and within 24 hours it was going to hit land. Nobody knew that. How did the news agencies know that? Because they didn't know. Well, first, they couldn't. I watched as it happened. This is why. So I could let them climb the fucking tree. And the narrative was they weren't sure what part of the island, or if it was even going to hit Jamaica at first. And then it was, it looks like it's going to hit. And then it was like, no, now it's going west, and it's going west through there. And it's like, I wonder where the design for all these smart cities is going to be, right? Like, is it in the west sector of that island? Let's have a look and see. But if it does turn up there, anybody involved needs to go straight to a cage. See, the problem is the people, the public, don't have the intellect to Perry Mason the bad guy, right? So Perry Mason was a lawyer who could Columbo. There's a chick too, but I think Perry Mason turned out to be a chick in the new show, which is fucked up. But Perry Mason was a dude, okay? For fuck's sakes. But anyway, moving on here. This is a nice saw, eh? So I done this. Just want to stretch the middle a little bit, make sure she's good to go. Now we're gonna wash our hands, put the sauce, and then the different seasonings. I guess Canada sucks at providing medicine for Canadians. Nowhere in Canada for the last 5 or 6 months have we been able to purchase a ear infection medication, which, I mean, it screams signals, right? Like there is, I can't really, but without like saying it, but just think about 2020. Think about what we know now. If you know about Winnipeg and students and stuff like that fucking around with different things they should never been fucking around with. Come on, buddy. I'm going to talk about it. My producer doesn't want me talking about it. I actually don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? The only way to fix things is to understand things. And when the majority of people who are know-it-alls have no fucking clue, you know we're in a lot of fucking trouble. A lot of fucking trouble. And you know who the know-it-alls are, right? Do you seriously know who the know-it-alls are? They're your parents. Your parents, the ones who claim to know everything, who you're doing it wrong. This is how it's done. No, you're doing it. You don't understand. And then it's like, have you fucking looked around? Have you seen? I do all this on my own, where you can't, you know? So what you do know isn't fucking even close to how it is. And then there's the simple fact that my science background fucking absolutely crushes most of yours. Know-it-alls, that is. And then you got to get into other things. The facts of life. And how I grew up. Not, I did I'm a botanist. So botany is extremely close to medicine if you have any clue. Sick plants and how to heal and bring them back to life. That's a miracle if you can do that. You're a miracle worker. Now I'll tell you straight up, there ain't a lot of people that can do that with humans or plants. Oh man, that's a good salad. This has poppin' flavor. I call it poppin'. It's about to get better. So go like this, right? Easy peasy. I really, really want to put this. My wife used it in the potatoes or something. I can't remember what she used it in. Man, it would be good in the salad too. Holy crap. I'm just realizing how perfect we can make a Caesar salad now. But the facts are in. I gotta check how it says you can use it on that, but it doesn't specifically say how. And I'm thinking you gotta do that part before you can do it. Which then that makes me I can't do it right now, right? Because this is going in the oven. So the next pizza I make will have that on it. But for now, let's move into the last ingredient, herbs. Holy crap, look at the herb pile right in the center of that sucker. And then moving right along. Yeah, Buddy never called. But I was actually kind of dreading it myself because it's kind of cringy to talk about like what I already know I don't like. So that now he's just like, okay, we'll just do it his way again, because that's the only way it's gonna be, right? If you come to my house and you want, if I'm getting you to do something for me, you got to do it my way, right? There's very few times that you're going to be allowed to just go ahead and start doing stuff in my house. Very few times. Buddy did a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago. Buddy got to, And then other dude, I watched him because that's what I do. I check out people's work. I watched the other guy a little bit too, but I don't even know what I'm watching, so I just kind of don't watch. I don't really like. I really don't care to learn because it's not a tutorial I'm watching. You know what I mean? He's just doing his thing. What I picked up was, the gist. I got the gist of it, but thankfully I don't have to do that to save my life, because then I would have to really pay attention and probably spend a good week or two to learn how to do that. He's a real pro, and there's not too many out there apparently. So, and I actually only know a few people that can do what Buddy did for me a month ago. So, I'm sure I know a bunch now, but back in the day, I only knew maybe like 4, 5, 6 people that could do that, and they wouldn't have done nowhere near as good a job as him back then. Now, I don't know, maybe, hard to say. He did a perfect job, in my opinion. Mine looks better than most people's that I've ever seen before. No, not throwing shade. I'm giving kudos to Buddy's work. Just looks that fucking good, Do you say a Picasso is just okay, or do you say that fucking Picasso is better painting than anyone else has in their fucking house? Of course it's the latter, bud. Come on. Don't be such a puss. Confidence is real, right? And the other side of it is fucking, you need a confidence check, right? So if you need a confidence check in 2025, man, you're going to get pushed around in 2026 like you don't even